booktubers! Hey, YouTubers! Thank you for joining me. I'm Michael Romeo, and I talk books, and I love the fact that you're here watching. Today, doing two book reviews. Two quick ones. The first one I want to do was written by a fellow booktuber. Her channel is Shannon's Bookish Musings and Music, and I'm going to link her down below so you can find her easily. Um, Fascinating lady. Um, and as is her book. She wrote a book called Since September, um, which is a suspense novel and has some creepy stuff in it, which I like. I like creepy stuff in my suspense. I like creepy stuff in my horror. I like to be creeped out, and yeah, there's some of that in there. It's a very short novel. It might even be considered a novella. Um, Worth reading, definitely worth reading. It's and There's something else I wanted to say about it. Reading it, I got some vibes that reminded me of Joyce Carol Oates, as well as Judith Rossner, who wrote "Looking for Mr. Goodbar." There were several scenes that I went, this has a very feel of Judith Rossner to it, and the whole book itself has a Joyce Carol Oates feel. So this woman Shannon Hovey is very talented, and her book is worth reading. Let me warn you, however, on Goodreads, there is a person who reviewed the book who was very free with the spoilers. So avoid that until you're done with the book. Because it really was, it pissed me off so bad that I was about halfway through the book, and I just thought, take a break, look at what's said about on Goodreads about it, and there was this one person that just, just blew the ending for anybody reading it. It has a great surprise ending. If you don't read that review, it's a great surprise ending. But yeah, I actually commented on that person's review about, being too free with spoilers. So just avoid Goodreads until you're done with the book, because it is a good book. It is definitely worth reading. It's a quick read, a 1 or 2 sitting read. For me, it was 2 because I read mostly at work. Yeah, definitely just, what are you doing? One of my dog's just trying to do something. I don't know what she's trying to do. Okay, you comfortable? Okay. She's comfortable now. So definitely, Sharon Hovey, and she has her channel, Shannon's Bookish Musings and Music. Definitely check her out. Check out the book. Have a blast, because it's a fun read. It's definitely a fun read. Even if you're not into the scary, the suspenseful, I think you'll enjoy it. Second book was recommended by Crystal at Fiberoxy, and I'll also link Crystal down below, so you can see her channel. And her book that she recommended was Maynard's House by Herman Rocha. Good book. I read a couple of other books by this author. Oops, I'm kicking my tripod here. A couple of other books by this author many years ago. The name sounded so familiar, and I'm like, I know this guy. And I finally, halfway through the book, I went to Goodreads and looked up what else he wrote. And sure enough, back when I was in high school and college, I read a couple of his books. And he's definitely a good writer. He wrote Summer of '42 and Ode to Billy Joe. Those were the two that I read. But this one, Maynard's House, um, Vietnam War, um, soldier who is bequeathed a house by a friend of his, also in Vietnam, who doesn't make it, um, gets killed in action, but before being killed in action, has willed the house to our main character, um, who goes to the north of Maine, out in the middle of nowhere, Thoreau country, with I mean big time Thoreau type setting. Um, and the guy who bequeaths the house to him was a Thoreau fan, and our main character finds all kinds of books in the house about Thoreau and by Thoreau, and um, starts getting into this whole living off the land, living away from the chaos, until the chaos starts following him in the sense of um, witch legends and um, things that go bump in the night, and uh, people showing up that may not be who they say they are, and it's got a creepy feel to it. It's what Crystal referred to as horror light or light horror. I'm not sure which way she put it, but either way, it's a horror novel, but it's not scary. It's on the creepy side, um, and it's worth the read if you're into horror. Definitely, you'll find it an entertaining read. Um, it'll be a break if you're into heavy horror. It'll be a break for you because it is on the light side. Um, yeah, that's it. That's about it. Those are my two books, and I would recommend both of them. Um, I thoroughly enjoyed both, um, except for the fact that, as I said, that the person who left the spoilers on Goodreads for Shannon's book, um, that really irritated the tar out of me, um, because it blew the ending for me. All of a sudden, here's this surprise ending, and I'm halfway through the book and I know how it ends. Um, so when you're on Goodreads, guys, if you're gonna leave spoilers in your reviews, leave a warning that there are spoilers there. So if somebody wants to avoid them, they can. It's just a courtesy. Um, I guess that's it for now. It's a very early Wednesday morning with my pack. I've got a day ahead of me, and but I wanted to get these two books out to you before I lost track of them. I've got a major book haul coming up because I went on a shopping spree that I shouldn't have done. But anyway, got books coming. I'll be happy to do the book haul. I got a couple of tags to do that are coming up, and there's some fun stuff. But definitely reading. Read Shannon's book. Read Crystal's recommended book. Both of them worth a read. Both short books and easy to read. So that's it. We'll chat at you later. Have a great Wednesday. Bye.